Rodney Hinton Jr. They took his son, and then he took the life of a police officer. This man did not sign up for this. His child was taken, and then he went and got revenge. And now look at what y'all are doing, trying to intimidate him and not allowing his family to even come into the courtroom. His brother was put out because y'all don't want him to feel comfortable. The intimidation. But what about this man? What about his child? He did not sign up for this. He was forced into this. His child was taken. Y'all cannot keep on slapping people, keep on spitting into people's face and think that eventually somebody's not going to spit back, somebody's not going to hit back. Now let's just say, if y'all continue to kill black people and black people start taking revenge on police officers, will they stop? Because for so long we have been asking y'all to stop doing this, stop treating us the way y'all are treating us, and nobody listens. Y'all continue to kill us like we're animals. But let's just say, if y'all keep on killing us and everyone y'all kill, 3-4 of you are taken, will you stop?
So Rodney Hinton's son was killed, and the reason as to why he was killed is because he had a weapon. He was running with a car that is alleged stolen. Okay? And then the police tries to stop him. He runs, and then when he gets out of the car, he tries to save his life, but by running from into the forest. Then he's shot 4 times from the back, bullets coming from the back, right from the chest, and another bullet at the arm. Those are 4 bullets. The white cop says that Rodney Hinton's son was having a weapon and he was pointing at him. That is why he had to shoot him. Then Rodney Hinton goes to court. He is shown a video footage of his son being shot. He doesn't see any weapon that his son had. Rodney Hinton tries to find justice, but he does not find justice. Because of anger and his parent, he has lost a child. He tries to find justice, but because he's a black man, nobody cares about him. Nobody cares about the life of the child who has just been killed by the white cop because he has a black skin. Rodney Hinton get out of that place angry. Rodney Hinton did what every other people could do, because Rodney Hinton feels like, I've lost everything I have. This child is the only thing I had, and now that he has been killed and I'm trying to find justice, I can't get justice. Rodney Hinton takes his car and runs over a police officer. A police cop runs over him, and then the cop dies. Then Rodney Hinton again is taken to court, and now they're trying to find justice for the cop that was killed by Rodney Hinton. And the white cops are there, aligning themselves there to come and try and make Rodney Hinton pay for what he did by killing the cop. And my question remains, the cop was killed by Rodney Hinton, and what made this cop killed by Rodney Hinton is because Rodney Hinton tried to find justice, but he couldn't find justice for his son. Video footage shows the son never had any weapon. Video footage shows the son never pointed a weapon at Rodney Hinton, at the cop. But the story is that the son had a weapon. When they were taking the son, there was no weapon that was found. But the son was shot 4 times and he died. Is that fair? Is that really fair? Rodney Hinton right now is looking forward to face charges that he might not be able to manage. And all this is happening, and white people are supporting it. Many of them, some of them are not supporting it. And I really salute them so much. But many of them are supporting it. Take a look.
I just want my brother to see me.
He lost his son
and then he lost control. What would you do if you watched body cam footage of your own child's final moments? 18-year-old Rodney Hinton was believed to be driving a stolen car and fleeing from officers with 3 other teens in the vehicle. Police also claimed he was armed. According to official reports, Ryan ran between 2 garbage bins and allegedly pointed a weapon at an officer. That officer fired 5 rounds, hitting Ryan in the chest and arm. He collapsed and never got back up. Police stated the teen had aimed at them first, but the body cam told a different story. Ryan never fired. In fact, there was no indication he even made verbal threats. Eyewitnesses said they didn't see a weapon at all. The next day, his father, Rodney Hinton Jr., was invited to the station to view the footage. He watched in silence, tears rolling down his face, before walking out early. No one could have predicted what would happen next. Minutes later, Rodney got into his car and drove off from the police station. Across the road, Deputy Larry Henderson was directing traffic for a local graduation ceremony. Rodney didn't slow down. Instead, he crossed the center line, accelerating toward the deputy. Witnesses say Henderson was thrown several feet into the air from the impact. There was no sign Rodney tried to brake or swerve. He was arrested on the spot and is now facing serious charges for what prosecutors call a planned act of retaliation. But his attorney argued otherwise. He's not a cop killer. He's a grieving father who just watched his son die. His mind snapped. Rodney had no criminal history, no record of violence. Until that moment, he broke. In court, law enforcement filled the room in tribute to their fallen colleague. Deputy Henderson had just retired after 33 years of service and was still volunteering in the sheriff's department. Now, Rodney could be sentenced to life behind bars or even face capital punishment. Is this justice or the beginning of another tragedy? Share your thoughts in the comments. This story is far from over. This is the moment a father was charged with the murder of a police officer, just one day after his teenage son was shot and killed by police. 38-year-old Rodney Hinton Jr. is now facing an aggravated murder charge after allegedly hitting and killing Hamilton County Sheriff's Deputy Larry Henderson with his car. This happened just 24 hours after Hinton's son, 18-year-old Ryan Hinton, was fatally shot by Cincinnati police. According to authorities, Ryan had fled from a reportedly stolen vehicle and was being chased when officers claimed he pointed a firearm at them. Police then opened fire, and Ryan later died from his injuries. After watching the police body cam footage of his son's final moments, Hinton reportedly left the room in tears. Hours later, prosecutors say he intentionally drove into the deputy, who was working a traffic detail for a local graduation. In court, dozens of deputies attended to show solidarity for the victim, whilst prosecutors called Hinton's actions deliberate and premeditated. Hinton is being held without bond and could face life in prison if convicted.
Rodney Hinton, y'all wasting y'all time. I'm telling you, this man literally ran over a police sheriff's deputy after he was accused of unaliving his son the day before in a routine traffic stop. Yes, everybody's in on it. Everybody wants to know what happened. But this man had to go into trial with 30 deputies trying to stare him down and intimidate him. This man had no remorse. The day before, y'all unalived his son in a police shooting, okay? And then y'all want to try to intimidate this man after losing his son because he ran over one of yours? How do you think he feels? I'm just asking. He lost his son. He is a father. Yeah, you lost a brother in arms, but he don't care. He is ready to take on every one of y'all deputies. He did. He's ready to serve his time. He's ready to roll. Y'all ain't intimidating him. He's ready to make his peace with what he done. I'm just saying.
Well, I was fired from work yesterday because of the Rodney Hinton situation. The young man, son was found alive by the Cincinnati Police Department. So this what happened. While I was on break, right, I heard a supervisor spoke along our colleagues, because we work along with K9, we also work along with NYPD. He was talking about the Rodney Hinton situation. He said, well, y'all people have to understand. And I'm like, excuse me, y'all people? Well, you know what I mean. I said, no, I don't know what you mean. If you want to get technical, a man innocent proven guilty. A charge doesn't mean the man was prosecuted. It's just a charge. He said, go to break, go to break, go to break. And I said, I'm already on break. Make a long story short, he called his account manager And the account manager said I was removed from the schedule. So that's how I got fired from my job. How could you ever take a child's life because of skin color? Don't you know that child somebody's son? You took away George Floyd, Eric Garner, now Ryan Hinton. The city rose from the darkness. The city rose up from the darkness. How can't you ever take a child's life because of skin color? How long we gonna take this? How long we gonna take this? Us people start to stand together. Us people have to stand together. Let Rodney Hinton know he's not alone. Let Rodney Hinton know he's not alone. How can't you ever take a child's life because of skin color? We have to stick together, people. Because at the end of the day, that's all we got. Remember, it's strength and unity. It's strength and unity. Thank y'all guys for the support. Y'all guys have a...
Rodney Hinton Jr. They took his son, and then he took the life of a police officer. This man did not sign up for this. His child was taken, and then he went and got revenge. And now look at what y'all are doing, trying to intimidate him, and not allowing his family to even come into the courtroom. His brother was put out because y'all don't want him to feel comfortable. The intimidation. But what about this man? What about his child? He did not sign up for this. He was forced into this. His child was taken. Y'all cannot keep on slapping people, keep on spitting into people's face and think that eventually somebody's not going to spit back, somebody's not going to hit back. Now let's just say, if y'all continue to kill black people and black people start taking revenge on police officers, will they stop? Because for so long we have been asking y'all to stop doing this, stop treating us the way y'all are treating us, and nobody listens. Y'all continue to kill us like we're animals. But let's just say, if y'all keep on killing us, and every one y'all kill, 3-4 of you are taken, will you stop?
Why are some of y'all supporting this guy, but you're not supporting this guy? They did the same thing.
I'll get my phone. Come on, man. Come on, man. Y'all cool. I just want my brother to see me.
Take a breather.
I just want my brother to see me. I just want my brother to see me.
I hear you.
My brother can't see me. They did this shit before. They did this shit before.
That's the way to do it.
They did it before. I got Guido and them messing with my brother and me before. I ain't do nothing. I just want my brother to see me. I ain't do nothing to him. He got that's my baby. That's my baby in that door.
Come on. Ray, please.
Doing all that. And see me one-on-one, man. Now that 40 motherfuckers here on my brother, man.
And we have people cheering this on. We have people cheering this on. And that is how our society is right now. This guy's son was unalived by the police because he pointed a pew-pew at them. So he goes out and unalives a cop who had nothing, absolutely nothing to do with this. And our society cheers it on. Our society cheers it on because in their mind, the media has brainwashed them to the point that they believe this should happen to the police. Our media has brainwashed them to this point. And this is why if I live to 175, I'll never pull the Democratic lever and vote for a Democrat ever. Because this is absolutely disgusting. I said what I said.
I swear, in America, we are finding every single excuse to excuse bad behavior, and it is beyond me. So you're telling me this kid was in the car with a group of his friends in a stolen car, and then he gets stopped, and he has a pew-pew, or there's a pew-pew in the car, and then he takes off running, and then he gets pew-pewed, and that justifies his dad running over an innocent cop that was directing traffic at a graduation ceremony and unaliving him. Is that what I'm hearing? Because to me, it seems like, okay, well, this cop unalived my son, so any cop that I come across is now my next victim. That is a sick mentality. But what is even more sick is the people that are condoning this behavior, that are making edits of this guy in court and trying to hype him up. He unalived an innocent person that had nothing to do with the unaliving of his son. I just don't get it. Anytime that an officer pew-pews another individual, it's brutality, right? It's police brutality. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. The minute that a cop gets shot at, it's, oh, well, they're in a dangerous profession. They knew this was part of their job. This is what comes with their job. No. I will say there are some cases where a cop has unalived a person and it was not protocol, and that should have never happened that way. However, this situation, y'all are looking at it from every different angle, but the right is right and the wrong is wrong. And I can't grasp it. I'll be interested to see how this case goes on, but don't go out there running over people, folks, especially if they didn't have nothing to do with it.
Rodney Hinton did not care what police officer he took out. He didn't care. Y'all can say it was the right cop, it was the wrong cop. He fit the description, ladies and gentlemen. That's the way he saw it. His son was took from him the day before after an altercation with the police department in Cincinnati. And he didn't care. All that man knew was that he lost his son. Everything that he had been through the past 18 years with that poor boy, regardless of the situation where he stole a car, he had a pew-pew, whatever it may be. Y'all are looking at it all wrong. Y'all try to blame the parents for raising a bad child. Is your child perfect? Nope. I guarantee you might think they're perfect, but they're playing you like a fiddle. Them kids, they're going out and they're experiencing their own thing out in the world. I can guarantee you that. They're doing their own thing. They don't care. And he lost his son. In pure anger, he took it and done something terrible. He will live down the consequences of that. He will do his time. But it does not matter. He thought he was right. Prayers go out to that family and all prayers to the family of all the officers involved.
Will somebody call Tyrone? Will somebody please call Tyrone? Listen, it's your boy Rich Ones. If you didn't know, this is Judge Tyrone Yates. This is the judge who was at Mr. Rodney Hinton's arraignment when he was charged with the unaliving, of the deputy in Cincinnati, Ohio. This is the judge who allowed these officers, these 30 plus officers, to come in his courtroom and protest and try to intimidate Rodney Hinton, for his alleged actions. And as you can see, Mr. Hinton ain't intimidated. He got that head held up high. He got his chin up as he should have, But this right here, Judge Yates, Judge Tyrone Yates, should be ashamed of himself because he's clearly a man of color, And I know that doesn't mean anything to a lot of people, but what I'm saying is this: let's just say that Mr. Hinton didn't take any action. Let's just say that the officer was actually charged with unaliving his son unjustly. We all know that Judge Tyrone Yates wouldn't allow 30 black men to come in his courtroom and try to intimidate the officer. We've never seen that. It's never happened. It wouldn't be allowed. But yet these police officers are allowed to come in here and, put on some type of protest and try to intimidate this man who clearly wasn't intimidated. Somebody need to call him. Somebody need to file something. There needs to be some type of laws change, because we as a people, and I'm talking about black people, who are constantly, dealing with these type of issues of our young men, being gunned down by corrupt police officers and then lying to the review boards claiming they were in fear of their life, when we all know that this young man was just running. He didn't have a weapon, and lost his life. This double standard of where they get to go in there and say they feared for their lives, has got to stop. And individuals like this need to be brought up before judicial review boards for the things they allow in their courtroom, because this right here is clearly an act of intimidation. It shows that he's biased, and it shows that he doesn't have any morals or any sensitivity for what this man or his family went through. Somebody need to call Tyrone and tell him about himself. And if he sees this, which, I doubt, I don't know, maybe he will, I just want him to know that this is very disgraceful. And he's a tasteless judge, very insensitive, and he should be removed from the bench. And once again, I put myself right here in the center of the page next to Mr. Hinton because I'm standing in solidarity with him.
Let me talk about this. If Rodney Hinton would have found justice, Rodney Hinton would not have killed this cop. But the fact that Rodney Hinton killed this cop, it shows that Rodney Hinton really was angry. Because how can you kill someone? How can you shoot someone 4 times? He's a kid, an 18-year-old child. He's a kid. You shoot him because he's a black kid. If it would be a white kid, they would have negotiated. Yeah? They would have negotiated. But because it's a black kid, they don't care. I mean, black people. What black people are going through in the land of a white man is very terrible, and it's frustrating. Was it hard to give give justice to Rodney Hinton? Was it hard to give justice to Rodney Hinton? He only needed justice. That is all he needed. That is all he wanted. You're going to court. Someone has killed your child, your only son, and the things he's saying that your son had or that your son did not do. The car that is allegedly stolen is a car that had missed payment, not stolen. It had missed payment. That company that reported a stolen car, first of all, should be held accountable because they reported a lie. Whatever they did, whatever they reported was a lie. They need to be held accountable. They need to be held accountable because what they did was wrong. They cost a life of a kid. A kid was innocent. They need to be held accountable. Justice was supposed to be given to Rodney Hinton. Any parent would do what Rodney Hinton did. Rodney Hinton lost a child. He's going to court. He cannot find justice because he's a black man. I mean, how are black people treated? This white cop had to kill this child. Shot him 4 times from the back. How can you kill a child from the back? He's not a criminal. He's not a threat. And you're killing him from the back, shooting him 4 times. And then you can be scot-free? I mean, does US has laws? Don't they have laws? Or these laws only applies to white people? Because after Rodney Hinton has killed this cop, Rodney Hinton right now is in court and facing serious charges. He's in court. They're even talking about the death penalty and life imprisonment because of killing a white cop. And a cop who is their fella, who is their colleague, eliminated his son by shooting him 3 times from the back. And nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about that. In fact, that story ended within 24 hours. Rodney Hinton never found justice. And then Rodney Hinton comes, he wants to find justice by himself because the government has failed to give him justice. The system has failed to give him justice. Now he has decided, I'm going to find justice for my own self. That is now the person is now being taken up and down from one court to another, trying to, really. And that is how black people are being treated. Look at what is happening in Africa. Look at what is happening in Africa, my people. Africans can't have freedom. They can't have peace. They can't live peacefully in their own land. They're making them suffer in Africa. They're making them suffer in the foreign land. Are we not people? That's just my question. I'm not saying that what Rodney Hinton did was good, but I'm against what is happening. I'm not saying what Rodney Hinton did was good. But again, what that cop did also was not good. He needed to have been arrested. He needed to have been arrested and he needed to have been jailed for what he did. He needed to have paid for what he did because what he did was very, very, very wrong. He was not supposed to do that. And that is the reason as to why Rodney Hinton had to do what he did. Rodney Hinton did not do what he did because Rodney Hinton is an irresponsible kind of a person. He did that because of anger. Anything. It is what every other parent could do. Personally, I could do the same thing. I would do the same thing. Personally. Even that judge that is trying to interrogate, to take his case, he would do the same thing. They would do the same thing. Even this cop that killed his son, if it was his son, he would do the same thing. We need justice. We need equality. That is what we need. We need justice and equality. Black people should also be seen as people. The color does not mean anything. We are all humans. The same way you want to treat a white person, let's be able to treat the black people the same way. Because we are all humans. I'm very disappointed. I don't like it. I don't like what is happening to Rodney Hinton. I don't like how he's being taken up and down everywhere. I don't like it. I really don't like it. I don't like it. I don't want it. It is really, really bad. It's really bad. And the system has to change. Everybody should be seen as humans. That is what we want. What is the mistake of Rodney Hinton? If the other cop did not have a mistake, what is the mistake of Rodney Hinton? No. Shouldn't be happening that way. Shouldn't be happening that way. Tell me what you think in the comment section about that.